My name is Joe. These are just opinions. I am JOEpinionated. Today, we're talking about the 10 best songs from Ween's 1990 debut, GodWeenSatan. Ween formed in 1984, typing class in New Hope, Pennsylvania. Gene Ween and Dean Ween were known as Aaron Freeman and Mickey Melchiondo at the time. They started off by making tapes, cassettes, handing them out to their friends. In 1990, they did a studio album, GodWeenSatan, which is a collection. They're 26 favorite tracks up to that point. All kinds of different influences with Ween, funkadelic, Prince, the Beatles, punk, everything, country, everything. GodWeenSatan is their first album. This is a studio album. I'm pretty sure that Dean Ween plays drums on it. Dean Ween plays the drums on most albums. A lot of times when they perform live, they'd have a cassette. They would have the backing bass and the backing drums on cassette. And for the first while, it was Dean and Gene, background instruments on cassette. So there's 26 tracks. And Ween also released this one here, GodWeenSatan Live. This was actually recorded, I believe, 2 nights after. Yeah, this was recorded 3 nights after 9/11. So in 2001, this was recorded in New Hope, Pennsylvania, at their hometown bar, John and Peter's. Live Ween is the big thing for me. That's the big catch. Ween has had an online presence. They're pretty much the first band to have one, or one of the best online presence since the early days of the internet. I think they were rated number 2 or 3 web pages for a group at one point. Early innovators, they had this website called Brown Tracker where they encouraged their fans to record the shows, log the set lists. Pretty much any Ween show that you've ever been to, there's a video of it start to finish online somewhere. First time I saw Ween was in Vancouver in 2007. It's hard to explain Ween to people that pick up a studio album and say that's not for me. I would highly encourage you to listen to their live stuff and to their B-sides. They have hundreds of incredible songs in every genre. They are not victim to repeating the same thing over and over again. They're constantly jumping from genre to genre. Every song is completely different than the last, even though it has a Ween signature on it, which might be goofy or fun or weird or just plain stupid or obnoxious. They're still original from every track to the next. Ween set out to be kind of obnoxious, especially in the early days. They evolved. They went in a bunch of different directions. A lot of their songs are obviously about characters, being that person, or they're telling a story from a perspective of this guy. Usually obnoxious characters, usually deadbeats and losers. There's a lot of those in the tracks. I'm going to go through the albums. This video is for GodWeenSatan, their first album from 1990. 10 best from each album. That's how I'm going to start covering Ween on the JOEpinionated channel here. Sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out my channel. There's a few different podcasts on there. Music, movies, some Edmonton Oilers stuff. Playlist below in the comments. 10 best from Ween's GodWeenSatan, 1990. Number 10, I'm going with Fat Lanny. Fat Lanny's going to walk right into myself. Fat Lanny's going to see myself reflected back onto myself. Fat Lenny's going to lick the shellac off the windowsill. Fat Lenny's going to lick my head off. Fat Lenny. I prefer Ween live over Ween album 99 times out of 100. Watch any Ween live version of Fat Lenny. Earlier stuff too, even on the Cat's Cradle. Great version there. Obviously, great version on this album. I love this album. White vinyl. That's one cool thing about Ween too, is that Dean used to work in a record store. They usually have pretty cool pressings. They put them out fairly often too. Number 9, I'm going with Tick. I feel a tick in my head and he's sucking on my head. In the morning I'll be dead if he doesn't leave my head. Why can't he go away? Why does he have to stay? Maybe he wants to play, but I can only say Tick coming in at number 9. Number 8 on the 10 best from GodWeenSatan. Puffy Cloud. Drift away on a puffy cloud. My brain is dead from too much pot because Gina and I smoke too much pot. My favorite version of Puffy Cloud is actually off of Painting the Town Brown. And that was basically my introduction to why I like this song. Painting the Town Brown is a live album. I initially got the CD from, I believe, BMG Music in one of those Columbia House deals. That's the version I would check out. Puffy Cloud, pretty funny little track. They sound pretty wasted on the live recording there. There was lots of drugs going on for their live performances in the early days, mushrooms and Scotch Guard and things like that, I guess. Number 7 off of GodWeenSatan, I'm going with Birthday Boy. Birthday Boy, I prefer the live version off of Cat's Cradle. I don't actually really like the album version of Birthday Boy, but the live versions are incredible. It's a beautiful song, and it's later referenced in Chocolate and Cheese track Baby Bitch when he talks about writing Birthday Boy for you. When the wind blows and there's a chill in the air, I hope that someone is taking care of you. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm really okay. Just so you know, I'm always there for you. As much as Ween's lyrics are goofy and quite frankly honest in a lot of tracks, and like I said, character driven. So oftentimes they're writing about somebody that's a bit of a dipshit. When the lyrics come from the heart, they're pretty incredible. It's usually Jeaner who does the pretty emotional stuff, where Diener's usually more straightforward, punk rock or rock as far as the lyrics go. So Birthday Boy, number 7. Number 6, very Ween song. I don't think that too many non-Ween fans would appreciate it. I'm going Nan. Hi, I'm fucking Eddie Dingle. I met this girl named Nan. She overpopulated my senses and then fucking dicked me over. A few characters they talk about in a few tracks, Eddie Dingle being one of them. This one I don't actually mind the studio version on GodWeenSatan. Number 5 off of GodWeenSatan. 10 best songs. Never Squeal. Never Squeal on the Pusher. Don't lie to your mama. Just do what you wanna and it'll be okay. Another track that I don't actually mind the studio version as well. Prefer every Ween track live. Diener was always the better guitar player. Jeaner was always the better singer, but they both sing and play guitar on, most tracks, quite a few tracks. I'd say that Jeaner ended up being more of the singer. Number 4 is a straightforward pop song, and it's Don't Laugh, I Love You. And when the sun turns to snow and the grass doesn't grow, don't laugh, I love you. I could look outside my window every day, but you wouldn't be there to come out and play. Don't laugh, I love you. Favorite version of this was on Live in Chicago, the DVD CD combo. If you ever see that out in the wild, buy it. You can still buy it online. Fairly good price. Comes with a CD. Take in the car with you. And that DVD cemented me as a Ween fan for sure. And so anyways, Don't Laugh, I Love You. In the live version in Chicago, that's one of the songs where Diener picks up the bass, plays the bass line on it. Number 3, 10 Best from Ween's GodWeenSatan. I'm going with I believe it's the first song they ever wrote, You Fucked Up. So I think they were 14-ish when they wrote this song. One of the first tracks anyways on the Live in Chicago DVD. That's where I became aware of this song. I didn't know it before then. You fucked up, you bitch. You really fucked up. You fucked up, you fucking Nazi whore. Well, you dicked me over and now you'll pay. You fucked up. Ah! Dun, 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 dun. Just very basic guitar, but still a great live track. Audience gets amped. I would suggest, again, Live in Chicago. Check that version out. The first 3 albums are pretty abrasive. I think you kind of almost got to love the artist before you even get familiar with those. Number 2 on the 10 best for GodWeenSatan here on the channel, JOEpinionated. Remember to like and subscribe. Tell me why I'm stupid. Number 2, 10 best from GodWeenSatan. I'm going with Marble Tulip Juicy Tree. Every morning I put my shoes on and I think about she, who controls the 4 seasons, inhaling kitties in the sea. I love the guitar on this one. My favorite version of Marble Tulip Juicy Tree is on Ween's Live at Stubbs. Every morning I put my shoes on. I just love Jeaner on this track. Or sorry, Dean Ween's guitar on this track. Okay, so honorable mentions before we get to my number 1 from the album. Song 20, I got Wayne's Pet Youngin'. 19, Up on the Hill. 18, Blackjack. 17, Old Queen Coal. Number 16, Bumblebee. Bumblebee is hilarious. Just a song about a bumblebee trying to sting a guy and him running away from it. So it's panic right from the start. It's funny. You could just picture a guy with a bumblebee in his hair, like running. Number 15, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to move to the left 3 feet, god damn it. Number 14, I got Squelch the Weasel. I also love Squelch the Weasel off, I think it's actually Live at Stubbs. Live at Stubbs, Squelch the Weasel. Great. That's when he's going to the bathroom. Squelch the little weasel. Number 13, I've got Mushroom Festival from Hell. Excellent song live about being at a mushroom festival in hell. Number 12, Licking the Palm for Guava, where they usually play those two songs back to back. Number 11 is I Got a Weasel. Weasel got a weasel, got a weasel. My number one song off GodWeenSatan, the best song off GodWeenSatan, tribute to Prince, LMLYP, Let Me Lick Your, gonna make you beg, gonna make you spread your legs, gonna want it, gonna get it, and you'll never regret it. Ween obsessed with Prince. One of the bands they're obsessed with was Prince, and one of the guys, and I'm pretty sure they actually did a little bit of recording with Prince. The story about them getting kicked out of Paisley Park is hilarious. I think they got kicked out right away. They went in and they were kind of being toured around, and they went into this one room. There was like a studio, had a stage, and it had like music printed off and possibly lyrics on a stand. And Gene and Dean couldn't contain themselves. They basically ran for it and tried to read the lyrics and the words as fast as they could, and they got booted. They do incredible covers of Purple Rain, 1999. There's tons of them. Gene loves singing it. Dean loves playing the guitar for Prince. And so LMLYP is the number one, is the best song on GodWeenSatan. So once again, these are just opinions. Leave your comments below. I'm a huge Ween fan. I can't wait I'm going to rattle off a bunch of every album. I'll also be doing a top 50 for Ween. There'll be a Ween Desert Island episode, blah, 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 blah. And hopefully I get everything I want to out there for this series. And I'm sorry, I'm a little low on facts and high on opinions. Respect to Ween. Catch you on the next one. Freeman Nazi, Freeman king of my ship, and took my true love away. Couldn't believe she wanted